The big breaking news is Chuck Sleepover.
Oh. Yeah.
So, okay, bring everyone up to speed in case they missed the initial conversation. You had a metal detecting sleepover weekend.
Yeah, so I'm in this club. It's the Michigan Treasure Hunters. It's like, a club of where I'm probably one of the youngest. Probably not, but like close to. Yeah. They do things every single week or every single month. They get together for meetings. You talk about stuff. You have a chance to like show off your finds and whatnot. Well, they have a trip that they do every single year that you just sign up for. Okay. You pay for it. You have no idea where it's going to be. All you know is that it's going to be within, I believe the cutoff is 3.5 hours
away from you.
Drive away from you in a giant circle.
So, again, repeat why they don't give you a heads up.
Well, because they don't want anyone to be able to scout the area, go to the area, realize where the place could be, and then detect it before
get all the treasures
trip.
Before
I see. Okay.
Get all the treasures before
the
trip.
forever virgins show up.
Exactly. Exactly. Even though all of them are married and all of them have kids. But that's okay. Yeah, but that's okay.
What I don't understand is how do you not know in advance what your sleeping conditions would be? Because you didn't know if you'd be sleeping sharing a bed.
You basically know because you we knew. I knew I wasn't going to be sharing a bed with anyone.
That would be that would be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, like you didn't even know if you were going to be sleeping man on man.
Yeah, you show up and
no, we did.
And
no,
they just
that we
randomly
did.
Draw the beds.
Yeah.
What I meant to say is like sharing a room.
No, like
right?
we knew. No. Going into this, I knew we're going to be sharing a room. What I didn't know was how many people would be in one room, how that was going to break down between the men and the women that go.
There are women?
Oh, yeah, there are women.
Okay.
Yeah. Fully.
So you take your road trip with your buddies.
Yes, we go to this mystery place, there's a town called Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's north of that. Okay, so we find out that's where it is. We're like, all right, it's going to be like a couple-hour drive. Let's go. It actually was worse than I thought it was going to be.
It was worse? It was worse than you thought?
The grounds were worse than I thought it would be. And listen, there's a lovely older woman named Sharon who does a great job. She tries to do this. There's a mountain that you have to climb when it comes to older people, okay, and setting anything up for anyone older, especially as prices for everything rise, right? People, they try to make it like only cost $100.
Oh, what do you get for $100?
You get your room and board, and then you get food on Saturday and on Sunday.
All for $100?
For $100.
Where did you stay for
Chuck.
like $27.50 a night?
That's the thing. We knew what it was going to be. We stayed at like a campground. That's what these places are. So normally they're like an old Boy Scout camp that's been,
abandoned
or like I'm sure. Or like this place was a former 4-H club campground.
You stay at a hotel or something? You couldn't just stay at a hotel nearby? It's near Kalamazoo.
But here's the problem: like you don't know where you are, and by near Kalamazoo, like it's
out.
I'm sorry,
far
but
away.
have you heard of the town of Gobbles?
No. Oh my God. I wouldn't want to sleep with other men in a town called Gobbles.
Isn't it next to some balls?
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
You slept with men in a town called Gobbles?
Basically. And the other one was I think it was Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale.
So this is what I'm saying, Lise. Your options aren't tremendous. And honestly, I think when you're trying to plan something for older people, when they're used to paying a certain price, the problem is 10 years ago for that, you could get a lot more.
When was the last time you slept with 5 other men?
3 weeks ago.
Now you're getting personal, Dave.
Oh, you've done this recently?
No, it was just normal Saturday night.
No, I mean, it's got to be from when you were like in your early 20s or something in like Mexico.
Yeah,
right?
it would have been Mexico.
Right?
Yeah, it would have been Mexico. Yeah.
How was the food?
Well, hit and miss. I believe I'm still dealing with some issues.
Oh my. Uh-oh. I'm thinking like Sloppy Joe's and that,
Okay, so you nailed it, kinda. So,
like mass produced.
like,
Yeah.
because it's like
Easy.
one guy trying to cook for an entire whole thing, and to make, people have only paid you $100. Each. So the Friday when the guys picked me up here and we went up, like we detected along the way a couple different small parks, didn't really find anything. But it was like dinner time, and people were choosing to do things like they wanted to go to the one Mexican place in Gobbles. They wanted to go to the barbecue place in Bloomingdale or whatever. And we were like, listen, we just want to get some pizza. We looked it up, 4.5 stars. I'm like, this is going to be this pretty good pizza, right?
In Gobbles?
In Gobbles.
Yeah, 'cause that's
so
what
we
they
go
have.
to Gobbles. So listen, So we pull into Gobbles, and I realize the pizza joint is an old, what I'd say, old motel. Like you can tell there were rooms with the blue doors that were like now sealed up. And I'm like, okay, this is an old motel. It's now a pizza parlor. Okay. So when we walk in, there's 12 people behind the counter. There are 12.
people?
They're like,
All of Gobbles was working there?
all of Gobbles was the
Gobbles pizza,
the
Gobbles
couple
pizza.
the couple people
Gobble.
that weren't working at the Dollar General in Gobbles.
Oh,
Everyone
working-
else were working there, if
Yep.
not pulling double shifts. So I'm like, okay, well that's crazy. Like this is a lot of people to make a pizza, and you could see like everyone had their own station. There was like someone like grinding up cheese. There was someone like rolling out the dough, and I'm like, okay,
we're in good hands
This
here,
has
you
a
think,
chance.
right?
You
Yeah.
can smell pizza like as you're like outside in the parking lot. I'm like, this is gonna be okay. We get the pizza, we take it back. It was very close actually to this area. We take it back, and like immediately I'm a little shook just from the method of the cutting of the pizza. I am just so used to you get pizza in slices and not like a round pizza that's just been like almost diagonally just hacked to bits. So you might like pull a piece of pizza off and it might only be like the size of a cracker.
Were they mentally
Is it a thin
challenged
crust
pizza
pizza?
cutters?
It was a thinner crust pizza.
Okay, see, I think that's usually how they cut it.
Okay, yeah, I don't enjoy that. I want it to
want a
be
slice.
like a slice. It's hard to tell how many pieces you've had yourself when one is the size of a cracker, and then the
finger
next one
sandwiches.
you have is like, oh god, this one's a really big one. The next morning it was like sausage, the round patty sausage things, and some pancakes. Tough to screw that up.
Yeah. Yep.
They managed.
good.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah.
What?
Well, the sausages made at least one guy feel ill for the whole rest of the time we were doing everything.
He couldn't look for treasures?
He didn't eat anymore. I'll
Oh,
say that.
no.
He looked for
Tainted
treasure,
sausage.
but luckily the detached bathroom, because none of our cabins had their own bathrooms.
Oh, so
and
outhouses?
the main hall didn't have its own bathroom. You had to go and walk towards like the shower
So
bathroom.
if you had
combo.
to like pee in the middle of the night, you had to get on outside and
Yes, there were several men who had decided to sleep in their vans due to
Why
intestinal
do this?
problems that
What is-
were
What?
happened
You should
they
be
had the
living
poop,
in
so they wanted to
luxury,
be
not
closer to the
this.
bathroom.
because it was too far
What is
away.
this?
It's too far away. It was you wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it if it was trouble.
What a nightmare!
Yeah. So, we had that. The first meal was like what I would say is your classic overdone hamburger with some oven fries, right? And it's like that's fine. That's all I need. I'm good. And then like the meal that night was what I would call it was an attempt at a burrito.
Ooh,
But it was
more like a sloppy Joe.
It was sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
It was a manwich, actually. I believe
Oh,
it
sure,
was
yeah.
like the San Antonio spice, whatever it was,
Yeah.
version of manwich, and made into like a burrito. It was fine. It was fine.
So it was all a bust.
Not to mention when we started digging, the ground was as hard as cement.
Did anyone get anything?
I got a ring.
You got a what?
ring?
A ring? Let's see it.
This ring. That's what I found. I found a bunch of pennies, and I found that ring.
looks like
it's
a-
about.
looks
It's
like
it honestly. I looked it up. We found it. It sells right now for like under $500. But it's
okay.
not. It's fine. But like usually when you go to something that was built in 1850, you would assume you're going to find a whole bunch of old silver, a whole bunch of old stuff. No, we didn't really find it, which means at some point, other metal detector people, they got to this place.
Oh,
and you can just tell when
So
you're
I'll-
finding.
Who's the battle group? You got a group that battles?
Yeah, we kill each other.
Rival metal detector.
Is
Yeah.
there
Okay. Yeah. So no, like I
like
said,
Anchorman,
we're
but with
we're
metal
the yeah. I wish it was, because at least I could have beat someone's ass.
Wait, the guy with sausage diarrhea. Where's
Yeah. Hey, you don't mess with Tony. You don't mess with Tony. He's a big man. But no, so we're the Michigan treasure hunters, right? So we're a big group. We're probably a
And
few
your
hundred
rivals
people.
are?
I think it's like the Southeast Michigan treasure
finders.
or something like.
We're like, damn it.
And that's what. Well, and this is one of the guys who's kind of like well known in ours. He's like, well, you guys don't know, huh? And I'm like, we don't know what.
Was he sitting on that
He's
couch?
like a grizzled. He finds like $1 billion worth of stuff every single year, and he's like, "You guys don't know about the club out here, do you?" And I'm like, "Ross, what are you talking about, man? What kind of club is out here, Ross?" Yeah, they've tried to get me in their club a few times. Southeast Michigan treasure finders, or whatever the hell they're called. Sons of bitches probably clean this whole place out. So we're like, God damn it! No! So
Get to the treasure finders.
Oh yeah, we would have killed him. We would have killed him if we could have.
You would have rumbled.
We would have killed
I had
him.
no idea.
I hope
that
you
we were
all
rival.
show up at the same place one time.
Oh man!
Oh my God.
I'll tell you. I mean, I
Amazing.
could stab a lot of people with my lache.
The
my
Jets and
God.
the Sharks.
You all
Too
need
much.
jackets.
I have a jacket.
Is there a jacket?
I bought. No, I
course he
swear to God.
does.
Okay, so there's this show on TV. It's called The Detectorist. It's a UK thing. It's funny. They made like little jackets on that thing, and so I was like, oh well, now just out of the humor of it, I have to buy one of these jackets. My jacket is now ready to be picked up. I will have it at the next meeting. I'll grab
Oh
my
my
jacket.
God, wear it to work, wear it to work,
I
wear it
will.
to
I'll
work.
wear it to work 100%.